Now,
hey, listen.
Okay.
Just remember, this is pilot. This is the pilot. This is the first one. We don't even have to, and we can always go in there and edit stuff as well.
True.
So, as of right now, this is money.
This is our test run.
This is the test run.
So you got Baron. I'm Baron.
I'm Travis, and just so you understand, remember, we went into this with no topics, no nothing.
No nothing. This is straight off the top.
This whole month ago, and we finally got it. We finally set it up.
This is beyond worse than the barbershop conversations.
Yes,
this is going to be straight off the top. So we're sitting here in my room, in my house, and we're looking at a bunch of craziness,
crazy art,
and.
You got the Thriller in Manila.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ali.
Finn.
Viet Cong ain't never called me nigga. I got my Adventure Time posters up.
A picture of the world in different colors.
Yeah.
That says more than just a map.
Yeah.
It says a lot.
And then I'm looking at all my pop figures and a bunch of other silly collectibles.
You got a lot, dog. Here, you have a nice little setup going on here. Once you get it right, dog, you'll be money.
I know. It's just super unorganized right now. But I'm truly happy that we're finally doing this. I mean, we've been talking about this for years.
And that's why is that? Because we have great conversations.
Yeah.
Literally, we've talked each other to sleep before.
Yes.
And I'm talking about...
Pause.
You did our first pause.
Yeah, our first pause.
but I think everybody who would listen to or people we know will understand what I mean by it. Because think about it.
Yeah.
Remember, we used to pull up to Fresh and Easy.
Yep.
Late night.
Yep.
Get lemonade.
Yep.
All types of snacks.
Yep.
The snacks that they were getting rid of.
I'm big for those who don't know, so snacks is key.
And we would eat in the car, chill, kick it.
Yep.
And just be, who
just
we
be chilling.
are. Hey, of course, man. But it's different now that we can actually have these conversations as adults, as fathers.
Yeah.
Fathers to baby girls, man. Dog.
I know, dude. I'm about to have my second daughter.
Your second? You got two girls,
I got two
dog?
little girls,
hey,
man.
That's amazing.
It's so wild to think. Like, I never thought I'd have daughters. But my grandmother told me that I'm going to have 5 girls, and my dad told me the same thing.
Off rip?
Yeah, they told me that a long time ago. So I'm going to go ahead and just wear that like a badge of honor and just have a bunch of little girls.
It's funny. So you know the saying that bad guy or guy, you get daughters based on the way you treat women. I don't think that is true now because you were never the asshole.
I don't know. We were kind of... I mean, we weren't bad.
No, we weren't. There's been worse.
Yeah.
We know worse.
There's been some worse people.
We know worse.
Okay. So, because this is our first time out, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the whole theme behind it all. And the reason I opened up with my art and pop figures and whatnot, and I'm a big-time nerd. World-class nerd. I mean, Comic-Con, E3, GameStop Expo. Shoot, I worked at GameStop at one point in my life.
And that was amazing.
Yeah, I
used to come check on you all the time.
Yeah.
You had 2 jobs literally 10 feet away from each other.
Yeah, I worked in the mall. And
low-key, that's the Jamaican stigma. You got a little Jamaican in you.
You know what? I don't think my people were dropped off there first. I think we were on the boat a little longer, but we can talk about genealogy and stuff later, or maybe another episode. We can get into that. But Adventures with the Black Nerds. That's our title. That's our theme. That's us. You will probably be able to purchase merchandise in the future, for those who truly support us. But, so I'm just here to talk about any and everything because life is what we live, and that's pretty corny.
But we're interested in these things that we talk about, you know what I'm saying? We don't talk about stuff that we're not interested in.
Very true.
I would say this, and I think I can comfortably say this, that we're pretty much interested. We have a lot in common. We have, like, video games, nerd stuff. We are both nerds when it comes to that regards. Like, we play video games up to this day.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
And and that's something that we wanted to touch on too, is that we play video games because we make the time to play the video games.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because you about to have your second child.
I know.
And you work 40 hours a week.
Yep.
You know me as well. I have one daughter. I have a wife I have to attend to. I have a home as well. And we force ourselves to make the time to play. And it's not because we're forcing it as a job. We're forcing it because we want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So this is where this whole concept of the adventure of the Black Nerds, because we do touch on politics. Yep. I'm not really the politic guy, but talking to you, understanding it more has put in, and you and family as well.
Trump needs to show his taxes.
Trump needs to show his taxes.
Like the great Joe Madison on SiriusXM says, and it's not like I'm plugging another show or anything.
I would definitely say you sure do know how to start.
He needs to show his taxes, and we'll talk about that. Maybe.
I mean, you got to think about that. We could touch on that now. It's
okay.
Like, think about it. I've always said that. I've always believed that if you're going to lead the people, you're going to be the face of the people. Why not be an open book? You might as well.
I mean,
Trump has Twitter.
Yeah, he has every social media out there, but he's so open. Like you were about to say, and I feel like I ran you off the road on that one. Mm-hmm. He is open about everything except his taxes. Yeah. Like, just show me who you owe. That's all, and who you made money with.
It would make sense.
That's it. You're my president. You're my president. All this, he's not my president. No, look, I'm being real. I am a United States citizen. I know a little bit about my origins and my people, but for the most part, I mean, I've been paying taxes as long as I've been paying taxes. Yeah, but and it's been to one country.
Listen, I wouldn't stress it even if he didn't say he found a loophole or found some way to pay zero taxes, but he filed his taxes. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing we can say about that. You know what I'm saying?
Except to vote local and to make sure you vote. Just vote. Period. All that your vote don't count. That is bullcrap, and this goes out to all the world. I mean, yeah, for the most part, California did their part. Yeah, good job, Cali. Love you guys. Yeah, but that's a victory. That's not enough. And then on our politicians have to do their part. You guys have to go out and talk to the people. And that's the only way that people will truly care is when they feel like they matter to you.
I think that's why Bernie had such a big following, because it was, and you know what, we talk about this all the time, and this is repeats for me and you, but it's politicians are naturally supposed to be the voice of the people.
That's it. Voice of.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what that's what they're here for. That's what they get paid for. So,
which is paid for by our tax dollars. They're employed by us. I was just about to
say that. So you know the saying that goes: if you own a business, you work for your employees, because if your employees aren't doing it, you're doing it. Yep, it's the same concept. That's why I always say the same thing, is that we have to hold them accountable, especially when they're doing something wrong, especially when they're not doing something that we feel is right. So this is where our opinions come in, and our, our explanations and our voice, dictate it. It's just like, you don't want to be the guy. You don't want to be that guy. You just don't. Yeah. The guy that you have this power, you're supposed to do something. Now the world's coming, aka Trump. Yeah. It's the same thing. And so
all the power in the world, and you want to do some dumb shit.
It's funny. I was talking to this guy at work, and he was like, yeah, 45, he's just not, I just don't like him. And I was like, 45? He was like, yeah, 45. I'm like, oh, you're calling him 45?
Yeah, like he don't even get a real name. It's just, let me go ahead and hit you with a title, sir.
Yeah, man. But you know what? You gotta understand that he's in the history books. He is in the history books, and I feel like, just like Obama was the first black president, he's the first president with no political background.
Yeah,
where did he?
I don't even think he ran for class president.
Oh my gosh, it's just like anybody can go.
I wonder. You know what?
Kanye.
2020. Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. Hey, if Kanye come with some serious stuff, if he come with some college dropout, graduation talk, if he come with that, he might get my vote. Yeah. And the only reason I say might is because I'm a realist, and I need some I need something real. I need you to talk about fixing something as basic as potholes in the streets, infrastructure. I need you to put lights and stop signs up. But I know that's more local government than federal. But national government.
My uncle said it. My uncle said it to me best. He was like, "You young kids don't understand it because it's not affecting you right now.
Yep.
And this is why I was like, he had a problem with me and the way I thought. And I'm like, I'm just in this mode of like, we can keep dwelling on this and saying the same thing over and over. But if we're not helping us and taking care of us first, you can sit there and talk about that all you want.
Yep.
Nothing's going to change. He's still 45.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what people really need to realize is he will probably never set foot within our county or our district. Never. Shoot, the only reason Obama ever came to Southern California was either a pit stop or because of a mass shooting, or it was never just on, hey, let me go see what Riverside County, Southern California, San Bernardino County, let me go see what they're doing.
Yeah.
No, what people need to realize is you need to find out who runs your district. First, you need to find out what district you're in. Then you need to figure out who's on your school board. You need to figure out who's your superintendent. You need to figure out who's your sheriff, who's your law enforcement. Get to know these people, because when you do that, that's when the real change happens. Because now you're not just a face. Now you're not just a person in the street within his jurisdiction. No, they know you. You're gonna know my kids. You're gonna know me. When you see me, you're going to have to wave because I was just at your meeting and I'll probably donate it to your campaign.
Yeah, they don't know,
we have to get more involved on the local level, because some Joe Schmo who gets reelected by 10 votes every year ends up making all the major decisions, but then we go and blame the president. The president ain't stepping foot over here.
Oh, of course.
Trump ain't got no reason to come over here unless it's to go shoot a movie in Hollywood.
Stephanie or I called him Stephanie. Yeah. I don't know why. Trump is not coming to South California.
No, he's not.
He ain't coming. No, the taste got to die down a little bit.
Yeah, he got to do something right. He got. I don't know.
I don't think he can do anything right. I just don't think he has. He hasn't said the right thing in the situations that could set him up for him to be able to say, to shed some light on something, or to ease people's minds on something. Come on now. True. The shootings and things like that, where he's supposed to come out and say this is a sad day for the country. We do this, that, and the third. However True. Politicians True. Are supposed to say it. But he hasn't said it. Come on now.
Now I'm gonna tell you this. It's funny that you mentioned how politicians are supposed to be. That's the one thing I'm truly grateful for with Trump is he came out and truly showed his ass. And when
after the fact,
I think he kind of.
No,
because you got to admit, before he even got elected, he was straight out telling everybody, I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and still get elected president. He said that before he got elected.
He also said, and this was years ago, he also said that if he was going to run for president,
he'd run Republican
because
even though he was a Democrat, because the Republicans are just going to believe him anyway. Exactly. And they're a dumb group of people.
So you got to think,
and I don't feel that they're completely all a dumb group of people. But that's his words, if I'm not mistaken. I could be lying, and you guys can fact check.
You know what? Another thing to think about is the fact that the whole LGBTIQ, or Q. I forget how to say it. There is an I in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't know. I thought it was LGBTQ.
You know what? I was watching an interview with a lady named Janet Mock, she's a transgender.
Okay.
And she came out and said that they're trying to they have reclaimed the Q.
Oh, okay.
So it's safe for people in that community to call each other queer and stuff like that. But
it's like with us being black and nigga.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like that.
Okay.
So, and I was just about to say that because I was trying to explain to somebody that.
Yeah, that makes perfect
sense.
People
get shocked when you tell them something new about a different group of people, or even something new that you learn.
True.
Because it's like the first thing I hear is, "What are you doing looking up transgender stuff?" It's knowledge. Don't you want to know? It's growth. You want to know what's going on.
We live, work, and function around different groups of people, and you don't know what people do at night.
Do you remember my first interaction with a gay person? It was with you.
Yeah.
When you were at UCR and we went to that party and we were all sitting in that circle talking, drinking, having fun, and the dude sitting on my left was gay. And we were all sitting there talking, and he goes, "Yeah, And yeah, when they were talking about oral sex, and the dude
I do remember this.
Yeah, and I don't like it when he grabs my head, and I kind of stopped.
Yeah, it kind of threw us off guard. And you know
what? And I was like, "Excuse me, but
are you gay?" I remember that. Oh crap! Oh shit! I remember that. And you know what? It was just because up to that point, when have we ever sat around somebody openly gay talking about their sex life?
Exactly.
I'm gonna be real. I don't think up to that point we've ever.
I've never. Listen, I grew
up, I can't think of any other moment. Before that.
On me, I'm half Jamaican.
Yeah,
and you know that.
And Islanders Jamaicans do not play homosexuality.
So it's like,
no sir.
We grew up in this. I grew up in this household where being gay was pretty much shunned. You gay, you this, you're that. Like, you know, that was like the ultimate low. Yeah. So, and then you grow up and you hear these stories, and then you start learning different things about them. And now, in my life, at the age of 27, I kind of look at it as it's their choice. Like, it ain't bothering me. That shit don't pay my taxes. Like, man. You know, I could just be happy for you. So we had a situation. We went to a gay couple's wedding, and everybody in the family was mad, right? And they were,
God, why'd they even go then?
Exactly. You know, and like you don't want to go there bitter in a moment like there with somebody's happiness. And I had to I was talking to somebody, and I had to tell them, listen, it's their happiness. You can have your opinion, but this isn't your time, and this isn't the time and the place for your opinion. This is someone's happiness that they wanted you to be a part of. So just be happy that they're happy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
I agree, 1,000%.
You know, I preach that. I'm not a. If you ask me my opinion, which in today's day and there, it's kind of like, you know, asking somebody to jump in the fire, because everything becomes into everything. Your opinion gets turned into facts, and it's not. It's just your opinion.
It's just your opinion.
So I kind of just rock with things, man.
You know what was the coolest thing I ever heard? Speaking on opinions, I forgot the brother's name. He gave a whole Facebook Live video on how there's no such thing as a true opinion. There's only true facts. There's no opinion that carries any weight. No. At first I sat there and in my head I was debating and fighting it. But long story short, only thing that's real is facts. And I guess if I say an opinion enough, it can become fact. Or if I'm a respectable source, my opinion can become fact. But to be real, if it can't be tested and repeated, it's just an opinion. It's not fact. It's not 2 + 2 is 4. I mean, some people would argue otherwise, but
all right. So
speaking on opinions,
I can understand that. So we use
I can't use my opinion to answer a problem.
All right. So think about this. Like, let's go back to Trump, right? So there's different people who have different views, right?
Very true.
And with Donald Trump, my opinion on him is he isn't capable of running this country.
True.
That's my opinion.
True.
Right? I don't know what school he went to and all the basic information for me
True.
to know. I don't even know what are the real requirements to be a president. You see what I'm saying?
I believe it's to be born in the U.S. above a certain age. Don't quote me. I got my cell phone in front of me. I can check. But I know you have to be a certain age, born in the U.S., and you have to be elected. Yeah. I mean, because you are supposed to be a representation of the people. So that's why, and piggybacking off of that, that's why it's so scary with him as president, because he was elected by, I mean, not by the popular vote. He was elected by our electoral colleges and whatnot, and just the way that our districts were gerrymandered or drawn up. He won. Now, I'm not saying he didn't win fair and square. What I am saying is the Democratic Party and a lot of the other parties ran really crappy campaigns. And this man answered the call of people who felt neglected, and that's why he became president. But now he is the face of the United States, and it's kind of creepy. You go from the first black president to a man who was a TV show host, not very educated, a military draft dodger. it's creepy.
Yeah,
it's truly creepy, and the fact that people are just defending every little thing he does, like it's strange to me. But it's the world we live in.
So, all right. So I did look up those requirements, and there is only 3.
Oh, so I was right.
You're right.
Oh, look at that. Google me, baby.
Says,
at BaronJ67 on Twitter.
The Constitution gives 3 eligibility requirements to be president. 1, must be 35 years of age, a resident within the United States for 14 years, and a natural-born citizen, a term not defined in the Constitution.
Oh, so that means you can, work around that. Like, you can be born in one of our territories.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not against it. I'm not against it.
I'm not against that either. But, okay, so, my whole point about, opinion is
some people should I run when I become 35?
You might as well. You probably make it.
Man, I'm roll the dice.
My point on the whole opinion thing was that, some people look at him as the right guy.
True.
Some people looked at Hillary as the right guy. Hell, some people looked at, I just said his name. I forget his name.
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders as the right guy. And we don't know what they would have done. What could have happened if they were or weren't. You know what I'm saying? We just don't know. But we do know from what we see Trump doing now, it's not going to happen. It's not working. It's not working now.
Yeah.
That could change. We don't know that.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
But, that doesn't, my opinion on him, what I'm trying to say is that you can have an opinion on someone or something. It doesn't make it 100%. That's facts. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I could say, hey, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing.
True.
Based off of what I've seen from you now, the opinion I've generated about you is you don't know nothing. You're an asshole. But people a lot of people would debate with me about how I'm wrong.
True.
So it's the same thing. So opinions can't be facts.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's my whole. I argue that because you can't. Now, if you and then another thing you talk about is being homosexual.
Yeah.
A part of this LGBTQ people. Some people who go to have different religions think that is the wrong way to go.
Yeah, like a lot of people truly believe it's a mental disorder.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest. I've seen little kids who were not even 5 years old switching and sashaying and wearing purses and making dresses and playing with dolls, which none of those things mean you're going to be gay.
Exactly.
None of those damn things are going to mean anything like that. But I'm going to tell you, in my short life, I've seen a few little kids who I just something in my gut told me. Huh? I mean, something told me it's like, hey, that's the route they may go. The chances, if I was a betting man, I'd bet that they'd go that route.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean anything?
No.
Look, I don't give a damn what you do behind your door. I don't care. It does not affect me. What you eat does not make me shit. And who you cuddle up next to does not warm me up in any way, shape, or fashion.
In the warm words of Jay-Z, that was a quote. Oh. What you eat don't make me shit. And who you fuck don't make me that's Hov.
Oh, I didn't even realize it. I do listen to a lot of Jay-Z. Damn, I just channeled my inner Hov.
Listen, I just was saying how, and I think you've seen me post that on Twitter, the fact that I've learned so much from hip hop. I learned more in hip hop than I learned in school. Hip hop raised me, dog.
That's so real, and it's funny because I grew up in a house where I got to listen to everything. My mom was an 80s baby all the way. And
you got to listen to everything with no filter.
No filter. My parents didn't hide nothing from me. I was seeing rated R movies as a little kid. I mean, it's probably why I'm all perverted now.
Do you think that's our generation? Do you think
that's why we're trying to shield our kids from everything? Mm-hmm. I would say so. I would say that us growing you see it. People feel like they grew up a certain way, and they don't want their kids to grow up the way they did, which is usually fine. Yeah. But above all, no matter what, I truly feel it's that ultimate guidance, that teaching, that education, and not school books, but teaching life lessons and being honest with your kids. I think that's what's being missed this generation, because life is not peaches and cream.
You're right.
It really, man.
Hey, you know why I think that's so correct? Because me and Christina was just having this conversation. Oh no, we didn't just have this. We had this back when my daughter was first born. Right?
Okay.
And we talked about how like I would love to become. I always preached legacy to her. You know what I'm saying? Being able to leave something for our kids.
True.
And something that we can pass down. And
everybody get life insurance. Stop bullshitting. You can afford it. I promise you.
Car wash isn't life insurance?
Yeah, car wash is not life insurance. You think you're invincible. You're not. Get you some damn life insurance. Go out, get you a $13 a month policy for you, a 10-year policy, whatever. Go talk to whoever. Get you some life insurance. Buy term, invest the difference.
You ever met somebody that debated $13 payment to you?
You know what? I haven't met anybody who debated it.
Hey, that's a nickel bag.
Yeah, you stupid.
That's 2 nickel bags.
Oh shit!
That's a dime, dog.
Oh shit! I've met people who come up with every excuse to why they can't afford it. They talk themselves out of it all the time. But I'm gonna tell you this: and only people I see who usually jump on it is after they lose a loved one and they got to do 3 car washes and a GoFundMe in order to bury this person, when all they had to do was have anywhere from $15 to $30 policy. Yeah. And believe me, if you drink Starbucks or eat any type of fast food, you can afford it. Yeah. I promise you. If you eat fast food 3 times or more a week, I promise you can afford life insurance for you and your family. And yes, put it on your kids. No, it's not a curse. No, it's nothing evil. It is a wise decision, because there's people out there who can tell you, if you just ask around, it is a sad subject, but kids do pass away. Yep. And it's nothing funny. It's nothing to joke about. It is real. Kids pass away. Elderly pass away. Youth pass away. Adults 21 to 50 pass away. And the worst thing you can do to your family is burden them with trying to bury your bum ass because you felt you couldn't afford a couple of dollars a week.
Because you need that dime bag.
Because it ain't even got to be the dime bag. But that's a good example. It can be anything from cigarettes. It can be shoes. It could be clothes. It could be what? Damn it, Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Steam codes. It don't matter. Buy yourself some goddamn life insurance.
We live in this era where I gotta have it now. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
You people want things now. True. They can't wait. Like
Amazon infected us in the blood.
Think about it, man. Think about it. What we used to, when we had money, we spent it.
Very true.
We didn't save it. We didn't think about it. We just spent it.
I bought hats. I can't even.
Let's go buy a hat
just because it looked cool.
Hey man, let's go buy some shoes. Hey man, let's go to Wingstop. Yep. Hey man, let's do this.
I ate fast food daily, and that's why I'm as big as I am now.
Think about that. All the fast food we ate growing up, all the shoes we bought, the clothes we bought, all the
video games, technology. I sure did have every new iPod.
Imagine if we had. Instead of doing that, we knew the information that we knew now, and we had the thought we would be in a better spot.
Oh man, I would have saved more than 50% of the money we made back then.
Oh man,
I would have. Because
we didn't need nothing.
We weren't dirty rich, but for some high schoolers, we had a pretty good chunk of change.
Man, we made things happen,
and shit. I could tell you this. You can ask my parents; they never gave me the gas money.
Hey man, but it's funny because we knew how to work the system. Man. Hey, you want to ride? Hey,
yeah. I feel so bad when gas prices hit. And to those girls, I apologize that I was such a greedy bastard. I'll never forget the night, but I'm not gonna say no names. I charged everybody in the car $5 to take them home. But wait, before y'all call me an asshole and call me a cheap ass, which I am, it was almost $5 a gallon for gas at that time. I don't know exactly what year. It had to be. That
had to have been like 08.
Yeah, it was like 08, 07. It was bad. Gas got up to almost $5 a gallon. So I didn't feel too bad about charging them females, them young ladies. Yeah, they probably all lived on the same street. I'm just such a bastard.
Hey, man.
But the struggle was real, and my pride was too high to go and just ask my parents for some money. But I always thought it was funny. They never really asked me how I got it. But whatever. That's not.
But why is that? That's because our generation is was a whole new breed,
right?
Who said
like some half-ass latchkey kids? It was two
coaches that said that. Coach Mush said that, and Coach what was our track coach?
Oh, Coach Corona. God bless that man.
Coach
I hope he lives 1,000 years.
And Coach Corona said that we were a different breed, man. We had all the talent, all the the mindset and the not the drive. I won't say drive, but we had the ideal mindset to get to a certain spot.
True.
And we just had a lot of pride, man. We pride, greed, and I can't even think of another word. Is what our generation is pretty much is, but. Yeah, we made things work. And this is the example we used to talk about all the time is think about it. We never worried about getting home. We got home.
We just got home.
Home.
I mean, okay, so...
We could be anywhere. We could be on the moon.
And we was getting home. So my house, I wasn't cool enough or lived far enough to get a bus to the school.
I was 0.5 miles away.
Yeah, I think I was like 0.3. Like, you had to live exactly 3 miles or more away from the school in order to get the bus. Well, the way our houses were built, we were not close. We were not far enough away. So my big ass would be walking to school, and we would just get to school. I was never late. I mean, I'm always an early bird. I'm a weirdo. I like to wake up super early. Even to this day, I don't even sleep in on weekends unless I'm up gaming all night, playing Black Death on PC. Come and see me up in the New York server. New York 1 server. I should be in the Los Angeles server.
I'm not gonna lie, your plugs are amazing.
Yeah, right. I'm plugging like they're paying me.
This is the pilot, and you plugged your Twitter.
Yeah, at Baron J67. Follow me, Squadron Leader. Come get some. Come get blessed.
I ain't throwing no plugs out there just yet.
I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know. It just feels natural. I feel like I'm flowing into it. So
because this is like I said, this is our first one.
Yeah,
it's a convo. We haven't stuck to a topic,
not at all.
So we've just been talking. I mean, the only actual thing I wanted to hit was Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so spoiler. Jon Snow's real name is Aegon Targaryen.
Mm-hmm.
Which we all knew, or at least a good majority of the community knew.
The book readers.
Yeah, the book readers. And not even the book, because the book said it, but people just put together the damn story. Like,
But it would make sense.
Yeah, I mean, A Song of Ice and Fire. You got the wolves, and you got the dragons.
It would make sense.
They get together, and now the nephew and the auntie are about to do... they did the nasty.
Are they nephew and auntie?
That's his aunt, dude.
I thought his dad...
That's his aunt. Dany is Rhaegar Targaryen's little sister.
Oh, I thought that was his daughter.
Then that would be his sister.
Sister, yes.
Nah, that's his aunt, bro.
You sure?
That's his aunt. You
can
correct me in the comments. But
wasn't he the Mad King?
No, their dad is the Mad King.
Oh, okay.
He died at the battle, huh?
What was his name?
Fuck. I just know him as the Mad King Targaryen. You're calling me out, and you're making me look like a noob, and you're making me look like I'm a fraud, and that I don't really live this.
You threw me in the loop on a lot of
stuff.
Look it up.
Bust out your phone, and I'm gonna keep talking because your phone's service works better than mine. My service sucks.
That young Verizon.
Hey, look at that. He's plugging.
Hey, I just plugged Verizon.
I'm not gonna talk about what service I have. It's not that it's a poor one. Hey, it just acts poor.
If I definitely had to plug somebody, I'm plugging Verizon.
Man, Verizon, if you're out there, go ahead and shoot us some discounts.
Shoot us that.
At Baron J67.
You know
Twitter.
what? Since I got the unlimited, I can't get my work discount.
Never mind. I don't want your discount. You keep your codes.
It's like 15%. I can't get up.
You keep that, because if you're not willing to give me my 15%, like, that's truly gonna hurt your bottom line. You cheap bastards. And I can say that because I don't have your services.
I'm just saying.
But you could still shoot me that discount if you really wanted to, just to show me how awesome it is at Baron J67.
Of course.
On Twitter. And to all those people, I do want to review video games. That's another thing I want to stem into eventually, especially now that I see how to set up mics and all that other fun stuff. Mm-hmm. So you guys,
we learned that today.
Yeah, we seriously learned that today. So you guys can see how shitty I am at video games, and you can watch me button mash and collect a bunch of random items to level up, and you can watch me fail miserably over and over. Mm-hmm. So, did you find out?
No, I mean, I don't want to do it because I like the way our conversation was going, and I'm not really paying attention. Don't you listen?
Look, I'm gonna keep looking, and we could talk. I can talk and look.
I can't.
Because
I wasn't listening to what you were saying.
Look,
that's just dead space right there.
Look, Danny is John's aunt. Okay,
that's what it says.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why? Okay,
because I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, read it.
So this is through Entertainment Weekly. So we suspected it was coming. We were nearly certain. So perhaps the biggest twist of the Game of Thrones season 7 finale was that there was no twist at all with respect to Jon Snow's parentage, because once again we all know who Rhaegar Targaryen was, his daddy. So let's break it down.
Who is Rhaegar Targaryen?
Rhaegar Targaryen is Danny's older brother.
Is that the dude that died in the beginning, or was that one of her brothers?
The only time you seen his face was in
the flashback.
You only seen his face at that moment.
When he got married.
Yeah, that was the first time you see his face.
Okay, so who was the guy that sold off Danny? Was that her brother?
That was another one of her brothers.
Okay, so yeah. I'm thinking they were the same. I only thought she had one brother, because he died in the first season.
Yeah, he did, and that was
that's
terrible.
Kind of a way.
He had a gold crown poured on his head. Okay, so this doesn't even really clear.
Well, it clarified what we were talking about. In that
okay, so here's somebody else. They're saying, how is John? I'm just trying to find some legit, which is hard to find legit info on the internet anymore because everything's
an opinion.
Okay, so Rhaegar Targaryen, Danny's much older brother, whom she never met.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So he is humping his auntie, which I'm not promoting incest, but as a black man,
he was beating the guts.
If Danny magically became my aunt, which I would assume it was by marriage, like she somehow got into the family and she needed me to help save the North. I would debate. I would debate. I'm not gonna sit here and promote incest.
Yeah, but they don't know.
Well, yeah, it's an innocent hump.
So you got to think about it.
So it's like he met her at the barbecue. But he didn't know she was in the cousin section. But it's not his cousin; it's his auntie.
That happens a lot.
I'm not going to talk about that.
Hey,
but
look at Kevin Gates.
Stop it, hey man. Hey Kevin Gates, if you can send those backstage passes to @BaronJ67, I like you. Hey man, I got 2 phones.
That's hey, I forget that.
And then I ain't got time for that. That's my jam. They run that on Sirius XM. But
okay, back to what I was saying. Though. Okay, you gotta think about it.
He humped his auntie.
You don't know.
The way he looked at her though, he just knew. Something in his soul said, "This ain't right." It feel good, but it feel bad and wrong.
She got 2 dragons. Well, okay. Another point I wanted to tell you.
So you gonna hump the dragon?
Yeah. But you know what? For people who didn't read the book and didn't catch that.
Everybody go read a book, please. Any book, it don't matter.
Anybody that didn't read the book, because I never read the books. Anybody that didn't read the books and nobody that caught that information where what's that little the fat maester guy? He was with that girl. What's her name? Starts with the M. Remember a couple weeks ago?
Oh, Sam Tully. Yeah, Sam.
And what was the girl's name that was about to read the information?
Yeah, she was, and then he stopped her. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so if you didn't catch that or you didn't read the book, you wouldn't have known nothing about him. So think about it. Not going into it, just you go into it and you find out, you go back and you think about the way the dragon came up to him and he pet the dragon and then he was talking to her and he was looking at each other and then now this happens.
They did everything in the book
to tell us.
They did everything to tell us, but not tell us.
Exactly.
Except, and still they officially said it. Bran and people leave Bran alone. The man is living in 100 different time frames at once. He is like a computer that is overloaded and has a million windows up.
He's shooting 4K at 128 frames
with 3,000 screens and 3,000 windows running at one time.
I wonder if he can focus it.
He can't. That's why he looked like he having an aneurysm and he boo-booing on himself every time he on screen. If he blink hard one more time, I swear, I just look at him and want to hug him. He just looks so lost. You know what? He reminds me of Mr. Manhattan from from The Watchmen. And that's if for those who haven't seen The Watchmen or read the comic book, or graphic novel, excuse me, forgive me, all caps when you spell my man's name, Doom. You have to watch that so you can get a more on-screen version of what Bran's going through. Bran is living in all times. He's beyond, at all times.
He's beyond everybody.
He's looking at time as a big-ass roadmap, and he can go from the past to the present. I don't know if he can see the future.
No, I don't think he can. Current and past.
Yeah. So the man's living a million different moments at once, and so for him to take the time to be able to wipe his ass and sneeze, that takes a lot of fucking work. The man he's a new 3-eyed Raven. He ain't even been 3-eyed Raven for a year yet, I don't think.
No, it has to. Come on. You know how long they be traveling?
Yeah, that is
They be
true.
moving fast in that. I don't know what be happening. They be just teleporting. They got quick saves all over the day.
This fool said quick saves.
You gotta.
They opened up all the bonfires. They unlocked everything.
1 minute they sitting over here in Westeros. The next minute they back.
But let's be real.
So
let's be thankful. Let's be thankful, people, that Game of Thrones is not gypping us by throwing in 6 episodes a season of travel. Let's be thankful.
But we appreciate Dragon Ball Z now because we can fast forward that
I'm going to be real with you. Going back and watching the season with Goku fighting Frieza, I can't. The first time, I can't watch it. I can't because I want to say it was. I want to say it was the longest fight in history.
Longest fight in history.
Yeah,
Damn. I've seen that somewhere.
And I'm gonna be real. It's hard, and then I don't want to watch 7 episodes of a Spirit Bomb Gathering.
You know,
I can't do it.
You know why though? You know what made it dope is the fact that you gotta like. This is for people who don't follow storylines.
True.
Like if you don't like storylines and
True.
and like anticipation of different things in the stories,
True.
Then you just want to see the action.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you think about it, if that's the case, you don't like Dragon Ball Z at all because they do the same punches, the same teleports, the same overhand hammer throws. They do the same thing. The only difference is just a different
Community,
power.
don't hate me. I haven't watched any new Dragon Ball Z past GT.
I've been watching the Dragon Ball Z, the God one, whatever.
Yeah,
I've been low.
I couldn't name one new character.
I fought Hit. Hit was one of the one that made Goku. He was okay. This is a spoiler.
Spoilers.
They had some tournament. I remember watching this one. They had some like God tournament with 13 different galaxies or worlds or whatever, and Goku fought a guy named Hit and had to use his Super Saiyan God in Kaioken times 10, and he said he shocked everybody because he was going to use it on one of the gods. If he ever had to use it on one, he was saving it for that moment, and Hit brought him to that point. And then who was it? Somebody paid. Oh no, Goku paid because Hit is a hitman.
Okay,
he's an assassin.
I mean, I would only assume so. What else?
He paid Hit. He put out a hit on himself for Hit to come and get him.
Oh.
If that ain't the most epicest shit ever.
So I didn't know Goku had money.
Goku has money. He has to have money.
No, he don't.
He been blowing up and saving the world.
That don't mean they gotta pay the man. I feel like they probably created a whole insurance policy for his ass.
Their county has to give him some type of policy. They eat like savages.
Let's be real.
No. I'm sorry. Bloma has money.
Yes, she does.
Bloma is rich.
Capsule Corp.
Yeah.
So I know that much.
So now
I'm shocked that Goku never even thought, he never even dabbed in it.
Bloma?
Yeah.
Didn't he?
He looked at it in Dragon Ball when he was a kid. He looked at it. He seen what was under there, but he never. But he was always child minded, which is fine. He was always innocent.
Still child minded.
Yeah. Hey, but let's be real here. He is one of the worst fathers on God's green earth.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No,
he is the worst damn daddy.
No, he's
the
not.
fact that more aliens and aunties and cousins have raised his kids than he has. I can count how many times he's probably held his kids.
Yeah, he got money for that.
No, he ain't got no money. He broke.
You know,
he broke.
Bulma got cash, though.
Bulma wasn't breaking him off.
Everybody. She has to be breaking them off.
No, he's just buff. See, I think Dragon Ball Z, the real story of Dragon Ball Z, is a story that if you could fight, you can just survive. That's it. Just fight your way through life. You just go in and you just keep swinging, and then you get stronger and you lift more and you tie 1,000-pound weights to your legs and you do leg lifts, and then you go in the hyperbolic chamber and you die. You come back and you just keep fighting, and then you watch your kids grow up and they finally get older than you.
I'm just saying, Vegeta punched his son out of Super Saiyan form.
But that's because Vegeta be playing dad.
No, okay, you know, I'll accept that because he punched him and said, "One day you'll understand." How you punch your son out of Super Saiyan form when he was Majin? Remember, he was Majin. He was
Majin. Look, okay, now Vegeta. You know what? No,
he's my favorite character.
Yeah, he's my favorite. He's one of, honestly, I think Future Trunks was the best character they ever came out with, because you know what? His intro was so bomb. You know what he did? He came out of a capsule, and a guy that took damn near 30 episodes to die, he came and killed in 5 seconds.
But why is that?
Because
he was from the future.
He was from the future. That's why I said Future Trunks is the shit. Yeah. And then he got too buff, and that's why he couldn't beat Cell, because he couldn't contain his muscles.
Future.
That's why you got to have cardio.
Future Vegeta, Future Trunks is only good because he has years upon everybody else.
So you saying he was cheating?
Of course that is cheating. That's like Fallout. That's like Fallout when you get all the books to get all your points all the way up. All your
special skills.
So you get all your special skills at level 2.
It does kill the game. You know what? You know what kills me? Okay, so speaking on RPGs, which I'm gonna be real, some people might hate me for this, but a lot of people might agree with me. Fallout 4 didn't feel RPG-ish enough for me. It felt like more of a shooter.
I agree. I for people like me, it was dope. I like that. Oh no! I just wanted to know what was the time.
Okay,
what's the time at one there? Can you see?
47 minutes.
Oh, we're good.
So how long are we gonna go
for?
We get an hour in this bitch.
An hour is pretty cool.
Yeah. So y'all get to hear me for all this time, and for those who are still here, I love you. Mm-hmm. And go ahead and follow me at Twitter at BaronJ67. And I remember all those people in college who used to make fun of me. Nah, y'all wasn't really picking on me. I was just laughing at my name because it was cheesy. Baron J67. Okay, no, what does that mean?
You know what makes that so funny? What? That's an adult name.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Everybody had to go back and remake their emails.
I was like, I could still use my same Twitter from when Twitter first came out, because it wasn't crazy like Hoochie Mama Smasher 6000. What if that was my Twitter handle?
I went back and had to look at my first email address that I made. The infamous 101. This ain't Mob Deep, nigga.
Like, this fool. Okay. Oh my god.
But you know what?
R.I.P.
Hey man, it's R.I.P. Prodigy. But it's that's just an adult name.
And speaking on hip hop, what the hell happened? And what asshole ruined the Get Down? Who did that? Who had the nerve to add in that much coloring and cartoon when, damn it, that was one of the best shows on Netflix. And it was the best show because it took its time and it dug deep into the culture and the history of hip hop. Is that the Nas? Yes, okay. Where Nas is the narrator. It is a beautiful show, at least the first half. The second half isn't bad, but you could tell
somebody else got their hands on it.
I don't think somebody else got their hands on it. It was the sign of the beginning of the end. It was the genesis of this fucking show, because it went from having nothing but live action show, and then it started piecing in storylines and part and scenes in cartoon form. Like,
you know what that symbolizes?
What?
Hip hop for today. from him.
Nah, I don't think.
I
think they just went cheap, bro.
I
think they were tailoring off, and they knew that they were going to kill off production, and they were like, you know what? Let's just fill the gap. You guys just do your voiceovers.
So with me not even having to watch it I
because
never
you gotta
watched
it. Go ahead.
The only reason what I was saying was the way you explained it. It's like, okay, remember hip hop was this raw type deal, you know, from the era we grew up in, 90 babies. Come on, we listening to Jay, Nas, you know,
but
Tupac.
But before you go ahead.
And this is no shot at anybody because we listen to the music as of today, but you can hear the majority of people who see the difference in it now.
My bank account.
I'm just saying, man. 21.
It's a knife.
It's a knife.
It's a knife.
That's the most legendary. That's one of the legendary interviews.
Oh my god! You know what his Breakfast Club interview is what made me truly listen. The second one or
the first one?
I want to say the first one when he was just telling his story about his life.
Yeah.
I mean, I usually don't give a shit about people's backstories as long as the music is jumping, and some people actually get mad at me for that. Like, they ain't real. I don't give a fuck. Real, they ain't paying my bills. If you don't make that song jump, I need that to jump. That's why a lot of conscious rappers outside of the modern day conscious rapper, I mean, that's not so much true now because most conscious rappers are the big rappers, but back in its time, conscious rappers didn't get no play because they were sitting here just trying to be real. Fuck that. I need good music. I need something I can cruise in my car to. I'm not no heavy underground fucking grit. No, let me stop. I'm lying because I listen to MF Doom.
I was about to say,
and I listen to Cool Keith. I listen to. So let me stop. I'm a liar. Let me backtrack.
I get what you're saying though, but I can understand what you're saying. But you know, I think we grew up in this era where, and this is just the era we grew up in. We were born in the era where your music had to match who you were. This is where you hear.
I agree.
You hear stories of Nas pulling pistols out on people, and this is just stories of what people say.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I remember that DJ Envy thing. That was funny.
So you hear stories of that. You hear stories of Tupac getting shot. You know what I'm saying. So they're living what they talk about. Now you come to an era where it's so saturated and everything is so like. You know what I'm saying? You don't look at it like that way. You kind of lose your interest in that. True. So I don't care no more. I think about it the same way you're saying, not just saying what you're saying. That's cool, but not just saying what you're saying because you said it, but I understand this is why I can listen to a 21 Savage. I used to hear rappers' names and say I'm not listening to them. I remember when my brother was like, "Yo, J. Cole, his new rapper." I'm like, "His name J. Cole?" Fuck that.
Yeah.
Now I'm the biggest J. Cole fan.
Oh, man.
I remember when Kendrick Lamar came out, and my uncle was the one that gave me the CD with him and J-Rock on there, and that was like On the Road to NY, where they rapped over all old school New York beats. And I'm like, K-Dot, that's just another bang 'em on wax. You know? and then I finally heard him. I go ahead and listen to Kendrick Lamar's EP where he switched his name, and his style is just this style that you can relate to. That's why I love like that type of music. So now I don't even care about their background. I just listen to their music.
Man, I used to listen to the intro to Overly Dedicated every morning when I'd wake up on my PlayStation 3. Man. And for those who had a PlayStation 3 and you ran the music player, y'all remember how the planet would have the globe rotating and it would thump to the beat and the colors would change and flow with the mood.
Yep.
I would describe that to people, and people swore I was the biggest pothead on earth when I'm not in any way, shape, or form. Not against it, just don't do it.
Yeah.
But that was some of the most peaceful, best way to start my day. And
that was a great album.
It was a beautiful piece of work, man. It really was. And I mean, damn.
But it's funny. He's been giving us that since his first EP.
Yep.
Kendrick Lamar has always given us. He's always given us a full project that is just it flowed. Like you can listen to it from start to finish, and it's just a solid.
It's a solid piece of work.
Exactly. So now. But you know what? I tell people this too, and Anthony is one that you could talk to about it. You can attest to having going out and listening to like comparing. Remember we were comparing J. Cole. Was it no, not J. Cole? It was Kendrick Lamar. I forget that album, but we compared it to If You're Reading This, It's Too Late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we had that conversation.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm for those listening. I mean, thank you for listening at this point. Thank you for sticking in with us on our first pilot run for Adventures with the Black Nerds. Thank you.
The plugs, dog. You need a segue.
So let me get my voice cracked. But the whole point of that conversation, just to give you some backstory, is it got into a serious debate with my cousin in regards to whether a good CD. And for me personally, if you got 3 to 5 tracks on a 10 to 12 track album that I can thump and listen to and put on repeat, it is an amazing album, and I'll learn to love the rest of the tracks. Mm-hmm. But I also need to be able to cruise to it and be in my car listening to it, not sitting down and doing homework to it, or writing a paper or reading a book or anything like that to it. I'm talking about I'm in my car vibing, listening to it. Now, I forgot what Kendrick album came out at that time, but
I want to say it
wasn't Good Kid, Mad City. It was the next one.
To Pimp a Butterfly?
It was To Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay.
And we got into a heated argument, and everybody was fighting with me about it. I enjoyed, and this is going to sound crazy as hell, I enjoyed If You're Reading This, It's Too Late more than To Pimp a Butterfly. Not because of substance, because I know where the substance is. I'm not an idiot. I read, you should see my damn library. I read all day. But I know substance when I see it. But as in vibing and how I was feeling and how I want to ride in my car, it was all about If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. Now, if I'm sitting back and vibing and holding my daughter and just jamming out, of course I'm going to listen to Pimp a Butterfly. Mm-hmm. But
that has the feel. That has
the feel. But it wasn't a car CD for me. It really wasn't.
Listen,
in comparison to Drake's If You're Reading This, It's Too Late.
We can have this debate on who's the better rap artist, right? Kendrick or Drake. So we can have this debate. Right?
Yep.
The whole thing is, I say Kendrick Lamar has given us classic after classic. I think
without hesitation.
He has not hesitated. He has not given us.
He hasn't missed a step.
And I don't even count what's the name.
They'll teach classes on his
Untitled,
music.
Unmastered. I don't even count that as an album. I count that as throwaways.
Head is the answer,
boy.
Head is the future.
Tell me why I didn't think about Balls Deep.
Oh my God! Pause. Man, super pause.
Okay, so you remember that?
So I want to say this might have been like my first serious time getting drunk, and we were in some dorms at the University of California, Riverside.
Trying to get with girls.
Yeah, we always were freaking dogs, but somehow, some way, it turned into me singing a song called Balls Deep. Now, nobody recorded it, but from what I remember, and let me tell it, it was one of the greatest songs of all time.
Yeah, we were all drunk, and we were all feeling on girls.
Yeah, it was a beautiful time. I mean, not as beautiful as my life now with my wife and my daughter and my other.
Oh, they know that.
I just have to plug my family.
Yo, you've been plugging, dog.
Yeah, you know what? I listen to a lot of radio. That's where I've been learning to get my plugs in.
Throw the plug
but I'm gonna go ahead and plug one more time because I really do want people to follow me and conversate with me and tell me how shitty I sound on the radio and how nerdy my voice sounds. I'm not gonna lie,
your responses to people are crazy.
Yeah, I try. I communicate with the people. I'm a man of the people. There's more pennies in the world than dollars. My dad is a wise man. He always says that.
Hey, I never heard that one before.
Yeah, there's way more pennies in the world than dollars.
I gotta write that down.
There's more little people than big people. Uh-huh. So always be a man of the people.
That's why I call them 1%.
Yeah.
Punk ass 1%.
Yeah, punk ass. Dirty bastards.
But,
share the money.
So let me
at Baron J67 on Twitter.
Oh my gosh. Let me finish my music point.
My bad.
But I was saying that Kendrick Lamar has always given us a classic. Everything he has put out from I'm a count from Kendrick Lamar EP all the way up has been a classic, right?
True. Very true.
But longevity in his music is not there. You can't listen other than the damn album, and then a couple songs here and there. Like you don't hear Swimming Pools no more on the radio, but you'll hear back to back. You see what I'm saying? Longevity in his music isn't there.
I feel like let me correct you before people try to kill you on the internet.
Oh my God, come for me, dog.
No, I think you want to say radio longevity.
No,
just longevity. Yeah, you're right because I haven't listened to Drake.
You don't hear Pimp a Butterfly no more.
Yeah,
and I was a great song. Yeah. I love that song.
You're right.
That's people's anthem somewhere, but you don't hear it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, man, you gotta think about it. Drake makes music that's longevity. He makes club music. He makes stripper music.
God bless all the strippers.
Kendrick Lamar is not gonna. He's
hope
not
all
gonna,
of you.
He's not gonna do it.
Dreams.
But rapping wise, who I think is a better rapper, I'm gonna give it to Kendrick Lamar all day because he raps. He rap. That boy can rap.
True.
I want to hear him. I want to hear this track on everybody from him.
True.
I want him to do a 400 bars.
And I want another Pusha T album.
Pusha T. That's my guy, man. Nostalgia.
Oh, that's my shit. Are numbers on the what is it? Numbers on the board or numbers on the wall or
Snitch was a good song.
Yeah.
Snitch, you never heard that one? That's when he
shit, that short movie he
Sorry,
did.
nigga. I want to come home.
That short movie he did for his last album you got to watch it. It's on YouTube. Shout out to Pusha T for coming up with greatness. God bless you. And every time you freestyle, it's liquid gold.
Mm-hmm. Damn, man.
You're a beast.
Yeah, Pusha T.
He's a fucking monster.
Pusha T,
him,
man.
When it comes to freestyling, him, Big Sean.
Nobody fucks with Big Sean.
Oh, Big Sean is a fucking monster. Did you hear him on Flex as a recent?
Nobody fucks with Big Sean.
Oh my God. Big Sean, I follow you on Twitter. If you ever hear this, just go ahead and shout out at BarrettJ67.
Plugging yourself, dog. Listen, Big Sean, I've been following Big Sean since forever. And I think Big Sean
finally famous.
I think he's a pure freestyle artist. And even Janae Aiko, or however you say his
God
girl's
bless
name.
her too.
Oh my God, she said when they go in there to make music,
he writes most of the stuff.
He has to freestyle it first.
Yeah,
and then he comes up with the concept, and then he starts perfecting it.
Which
is dope.
Did you ever hear their group album they did together?
The 28.
I forgot the number. It's a number. It's numbers.
Yeah.
2088 or something like that. No disrespect. I'm sorry. I just got shitty memory.
I did not hear it,
but it's amazing.
Really?
I promise you, it's worth listening to. And from what I remember her saying, she said something along the lines that he wrote a lot of the parts that she sang.
Oh, you know what? That was in the Breakfast Club interview.
Boom.
Yeah.
There
so
you
yes. When she was on there and they were talking about her being a nympho or whatever, she did say that.
I remember that.
So, but it's amazing.
And you have a beautiful family.
Who?
Janae Aiko. Or Gina Aiko. Or Janae or Gina?
I've never seen. I know she has a daughter or something.
Mila J. Bruh, her sisters?
Oh, I didn't even know she had sisters.
Shit, you sleep.
Yeah.
Stay woke.
No, Kalani. You know, I follow her.
Kalani, you know,
Kalani's
and
cool. I like her last album. Her ass album was dope.
Oh, I thought it was talking about looks, but yeah.
I mean, look, she's
bad.
I just seen a couple photos from her that it's like, you know, but she's up there.
Beautiful.
She's not tier 1.
I'm not gonna disrespect her like that.
I'm not disrespecting
I know,
her.
I'm just talking shit.
You gotta don't try to
I'm on gassing it up. Internet. I swear he's coming from a good place.
Yeah, I sure was like
because I'm not gonna lie, I would definitely go to the movies with her.
Of all things you wanna, let's leave it there.
Yeah, let's leave it there. So I want to truly thank everybody for making it this far.
No doubt.
And listening to my raspy little kid ass voice.
You'll grow. They'll grow into loving it.
Yeah.
This is dope, man. I am so glad. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it.
We did it, man.
This is our first one.
We did it.
We talked about it. I think we got everything we needed for it.
We did it.
We did it, dog. So
we fucking did it.
I mean,
excuse me for all my cussing. If my mom is listening to this, I really don't cuss this much.
We're gonna have her on.
Oh God,
that is going to be amazing.
It's gonna be really awkward.
You know, but I say this, and I'm gonna always stand by this. Your mom is amazing because she's gonna tell you how it is, and she understands.
I really think my mom deserves her own TV show.
She did. She's gonna tell you how she feels when she feels it, which is amazing. I would just
put a GoPro on her shoulder and just watch her just live life.
Ooh, your mom should go in the mosh pit with a GoPro.
Nah,
I think people would die.
Yeah,
your mom is low key strong, man. Your mom grabbed me one time. I'll never forget that grip.
Yeah,
I love your mom.
I love my mom too,
of course. But all right,
well, thank you, world, thank you, universe, thank you, creator, for giving us all these blessings and this opportunity.
No doubt.
And thank you, listeners, and please go ahead and just follow us and comment and all that other good stuff. And
I'll plug my Instagram. It's xTJones.
Oh, look at him go. I'm so proud of this guy.
At xTJones. That is my personal Instagram.
Look at that guy go. Look at him.
My first or second plug, if you count the Verizon.
Second plug. Look at him go, man.
I'm saying, you were on the plug spree, dog.
I'm so proud. Because I'm trying to get free stuff. I'm not above it. I like free things.
I love free things.
I love free things, and I like hanging out with cool people who especially want to offer me free things.
Also, you got to support the little people.
And you got to support black businesses.
And black businesses. But
my God.
I say that because
and the local businesses.
Look how many people we know that's doing something.
Yeah, man.
I support
If you got somebody who's doing photography, pay them. Don't ask them to do it for free.
Mm-hmm.
If you got somebody who does videography, pay them. If you got somebody who bakes cakes, pay them. Have them do your party. Do not be going to no bakery and you got somebody who making kill. First off, they got to prove themselves first. They got to have the proof in the pudding. They gotta do it. So, but yeah,
or don't flake.
Yeah, don't flake.
Yeah, because if I'm gonna support you, and you don't,
like, come through. It goes both ways. Like, give me your best. Don't play me out just because we go back. Yeah, so. Like 4 flats on the Cadillac.
On the Cadillac. All right, hey, listen, man.
We're gonna shut up now, and we will see you next time very soon. And I really do appreciate you guys.
All right, man. Peace.
Adventures with the Black Nerds. Live.